valley narrowed as we ascended, and presently divided into a gorge through which the river passes as through a gate. A beautiful circular valley of 30 miles in diameter, walled in all around with snowy mountains, rich with water and grass, fringed with pine on the mountainsides below the snow, and a paradise to all grazing animals.
More than a century and a half later, Colorado's North Platte Basin is still a bit of the Old West, mostly untouched and brimming with wildlife habitat. Rimmed by 3 mountain ranges in north-central Colorado, North Park is a high intermountain basin that drains north into Wyoming. The North Platte River grows out of the valley's many tributaries, supporting irrigated agriculture along with incredible wetland resources. Harsh winters and short springs bring mild green-filled summers that ranchers devote to a wild hay harvest while our livestock graze. Truckloads of high mountain hay are delivered to buyers along the Front Range, while urban dwellers cross over the divide seeking refuge in the basin's great outdoors.
The working rancher today is caught between 2 worlds. The one we want to maintain and pass along to our children. The other is being shaped by a rapidly changing landscape and economy. The basin's interests are deeply tied to the rest of Colorado, as loss of farmland to development decreases the capacity to process our cattle and use the feed we grow in North Park. Family ranching is a shrinking economy as small ranches are no longer profitable without alternative sources of revenue. An increasing amount of land is in the hands of absentee owners, causing a shift of irrigation interests and possible abandonment of historical water rights. Depopulation in the valley is also a result of losing other big industries, timbering and mining. Our basin is facing the same widespread challenges happening throughout the West, balancing traditional and emerging water supply needs, sustained drought, and managing beetle-killed forests that threaten our most valuable resources. These unknowns have ignited more thoughtful conversations and proactive planning to address North Park's future.
Over the past decade, our group of dedicated stakeholders have gathered monthly around a table in Walden. We come from all walks of life: ranchers, local business owners, environmentalists, and government representatives. Our group of various water interests collectively represent one of Colorado's 9 basin roundtables, a platform that ties communities together based on a mutual need for support and collaboration. The North Platte Basin Implementation Plan was created by the Roundtable, identifying goals and highlighting projects to meet basin-specific water needs. It also provides critical grassroots input for Colorado's water plan set forth in 2015. These locally driven solutions are broken into 4 categories, representing those who live, work, and play in the North Platte Basin.
Make hay while the sun shines is imperative around here. Our agricultural heritage is critical to the local economy and landscape, which is based around cattle ranching and hay production. Water use in the basin is dominated by irrigated grass related to ranching operations, with over 400 irrigation ditches diverting from the main stem and numerous tributary streams throughout the basin. Flood irrigation is still the practice during the short growing season. While it is labor-intensive compared to other methods, delayed return flows from irrigation maintain river flows year-round. Aging infrastructure is of concern as it limits the use of historical water rights and amount of irrigated land. The Roundtable continues to support projects that restore, maintain, and modernize critical water infrastructure to preserve current uses and increase efficiencies.
It is a greener future for all with agriculture. What's seen as excess water use has hidden benefits. By flooding our hay meadows, ranchers have helped maintain these man-made wetlands. The contiguous, relatively unaltered riparian corridors are the most significant asset of the watershed, offering the most extensive habitat for fish, waterfowl, shorebirds, and aquatic mammals in the state. Delayed irrigation return flows provide benefit to environmental and recreational water uses in the North Platte Basin. Multi-purpose projects have been implemented for the benefit of both consumptive and non-consumptive uses, such as headgate improvements and stream rehabilitation. Year-round fishing in streams, rivers, and public lakes boost tourism revenues in the region as flood irrigation helps keep gold medal waters healthy and outfitters busy. Public lands provide endless outdoor recreation opportunities, from wildlife viewing and hunting to snowmobile and boating activities. Additionally, many private ranches in the basin have developed or leased their fishing and hunting access to add to the agricultural-based revenue.
As Colorado's population is expected to double by the year 2050, the North Platte is the only basin that does not foresee a gap between supply and demand for municipal uses. Oil and gas development has recently expanded in North Park as an alternative revenue stream that helps sustain the local economy. The Roundtable is also supportive of industry setting up to use beetle kill timber as a resource. Increasing economic development and diversity through strategic water use is imperative in securing a sustainable future for the basin while maintaining a healthy watershed.
The unique and primary factor governing water use in the North Platte is the United States Supreme Court decree involving Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado. Water use in the basin is also governed by the three-state agreement of the Platte River Recovery Implementation Program related to endangered species recovery efforts on the Platte River in central Nebraska. The agreement allows for flexibility in the types of future water use by limiting the amount of water that can be diverted from Colorado's North Platte Basin while the species recover. The collection of better stream flow and evapotranspiration data will be useful in understanding the complex hydrology of the region for more effective water management. This gives the basin a certainty in the amount of water it can use. Our primary goal is to maintain and maximize the consumptive use of water permitted in the decree and the baseline depletion allowance of the three-state agreement.
We can almost certainly anticipate some parts of the future by examining current trends and cycles that influence North Park life. This basin will be greatly influenced by how Colorado manages its water supply gap over the next 20 to 30 years. The potential of agricultural dry-up along the Front Range would result in an industry-wide domino effect, negatively impacting North Platte agriculture and food security in the state and beyond. Conserving working landscapes means creating a more sustainable, productive relationship with the land despite outside influences. The increasing number of visitors to our mountain paradise gives us an opportunity to show them the value of ranching lifestyles and appreciation for the natural world. This land teaches us important lessons about stewardship, ecological limitations, and looking to one another to make a living in the West work.